Hey guys, as discussed in last video, I told you and I want to explain the folder structure. So can we go through the folder structure one by one? So after creating the application, React application, we got this folder structure. So here there are the three folders: node modules, public, and Src. Git ignore, package.json, readme, tsconfig, and .log. So main important thing in here, you can ignore the readme as readme. So readme is just they are giving whatever you want to add the comments, how you start your application, how you test your application, how you build your application. Everything should be in here. So this one is not required. Just ignore it. And tsconfig.json, this is very important. So why you are using the ts.config.json? Just I have a few points, guys, to be discussed. The tsconfig.json file allows you to specify the root level of files and the compiler options that requires to compile a TypeScript. Yeah. So it is explaining about the compiler options, allo.js and JSX, and one just it is going to say and this is very heart of the TypeScript. Okay, this is the another file is called as an n.log, but sometimes if you're installing in through npm, you're getting the package.log.json. So what is the important of the this file? So I noted here the goal of package.log.json file to is to keep track of the extract version of every package that is installed, so that product is 100% reproducible in the same way, even if packages are updated the maintainers. That means keep track the exact version. If you want to track it in exact version, you can track it in here. That's the purpose of the n.log. Next file is the package.json. Here, this is the heart of the node, any node project, because all the dependencies. See here, the start, build, test, eject, just is the here. Everything in over here. If you are installing any version, if you want a React DOM version or something, see our current version is 17.0.2, and all dependencies and development versions, everything is available in the package.json. This is the heart of the any node project. So next file is the git ignore. What is the purpose of git ignore? I would like to talk about that one as well. Like in git ignore is the file, is the text file is placed your git repository that tells you git not to track certain files and folders that you don't want to being uploaded to your master repository. That is the purpose of the git ignore. Just your all the files and the folder structure, everything is available, what all you are not you're using. So next is the folder structure. This is the very important node modules. Node modules is all bundles what you are installed once you done the npx package, as I showed in here, this command npx create react app my app and template TypeScript, and then it will go to install the all the TypeScript file packages, all the node packages, all the React packages. What all the packages is required, everything should be under node modules. So next is public. In the public folder, we have the favicon.ico. This is the just an icon. Just ignore it. Is the for beginners is not required that much, and this one also the same logo, another logo, and main is the manifesto.json. This file is for just I want to tell you what is the manifesto. Okay, manifesto.json file is the JSON file that is mostly used to describe our app on mobile phones. So which is not required for beginners. Just ignore that file as well. So most important file in here, index.html. This is the index.html for the all the HTML, React HTML. We are not going to make any changes over here except the title. After that, we are using for the keep tune in next I will go to discuss about the why you are what is the purpose of the div id root and portals. So I will go to make the another video for the portals. Portals means if you want to models, if you want to display the models for your project, and then you can utilize this one, and you can go to create the another ID and you can utilize it. So this is the root id. So this is the main HTML file for the React project. So next is the Src folder. Here Src folder, as I discussed about the root id, so in previous in public folder. So here, not this one, index.tsx. Yeah, index.tsx. Here we are calling the app.tsx file here, just imported, and then you can create it in under just strict mode. But in here, this is the document get element by id root. This is very important, guys. Just we have to keep in mind. This is the structure of the React DOM dot render. You are going to be render the particular file. So next I want to explain the app.css file. So all the CSS is coming over here when you are doing the any changes in over here. Suppose in the class name, like app header or app, and then you can go and check it here. App header, see the CSS is available. But most of the real-time projects we are going to use the styled components rather than normal CSS or SCSS. So nowadays, no one is using the not plain CSS and SCSS. Most of the times, we are using the styled components. So this is the just CSS file. After that is the app.test.tsx file. This is coming by default, and this is the just. So um, some companies are using the just, or some companies are using the different testing libraries, but most concentrating the React testing library, that is more important. Most of the companies using the only React testing library. So I will make another crash course for that. So maybe it will come in later. So not is not required now. I'm not going to be explain the test cases now. So I want to ignore it now. So app.tsx, this is very important in here. Like in app.tsx is the just you can write the our JSX syntax here, just our HTML file. See here, JSX is allowed to write it in under function app and return, and you can write it in div element and header element and image and whatever you want to display in here. You can display your whole application come under here. So this is another component. So next is the index.css file. This is for the, as I showed you, index.html. For this index.html, here, see here some class names and whatever it is there, or otherwise index.tsx. Here some class names are if I'm taking. So all CSS is going under here. Okay, body or code or something. Okay, so next is logo.svg. So svg file, which is not required, guys, you just ignore it. This is a little bit important, like in React app environment d.ts. Don't remove this file, because let me explain why I'm saying don't remove that file. Like in React app.ts file is Src folder. Under Src folder, as I showed you, this file references the TypeScript types declarations that are specific to projects started with the create React app. Yes, correct. Type declarations, guys. TypeScript declarations. Like in, I will tell you what is the types declaration. Later I will explain you. These type of declarations I add to support for importing resources files such as BMP, JIP, JPG, JPG, and PNG, ABAP, and SVG. That means in following import will work as expected without errors. If you are removing that one, it will not import those things. That's very important. Next file is the report app vitals.ts. This is not that much important. Just ignore it. No need to learn from for beginners. Just report app vitals. This function is fired when final values any matrix have finished and calculating on the page, which is not required. Just ignore it, guys. This one is the setup.test.ts. This is little bit important if you are doing in the test any test React testing library, or just if you are using. So I'm not going to explain the just testing library, just ignore it. For beginners is not that much important for here. That's it, guys. That's pretty much of it. So most of the times I'm discussing about the components. What are the components, how you are going to create, I will discuss in next video. See you guys. Bye bye now.